Welcome back, it's Kristen, and I'm here for another Bloomboard lesson. Today we're going to talk about setting up your SLGs, or your student learning goals. So we're going to go to bloomboard.com, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to sign in to Bloomboard. Remember that Bloomboard uses your @Westonka address. And if you haven't signed in to Bloomboard before, remember that the default is Westonka 2014, but if you signed in before, then Bloomboard would probably have asked you to change your password, so hopefully you remember what that is. Bloomboard's going to take you to the home screen, and if you scroll down to the bottom of the home screen, you're going to see a little post-it note that says ready to plan your goals, or your SLOs. That should actually say SLGs, but we're going to pretend that it does. We're going to click on that post-it note. And then up here at the top, you're going to see goal planning. There's professional goals, which we reviewed in the last video, and there's student learning goal. So we're going to go ahead and click on the student learning goal. Now remember that this is 35% of your teacher evaluation, but that's 35% over 3 years. So you actually have a student learning goal every year. You probably have already talked in your buildings about your building goal, and your student learning goal is probably connected to that in some way. I'm going to start by clicking on Add First SLG. And when I do, it's going to prompt me to do a couple different things. First, I'm going to give it a title. So I'm going to be typing up an SLG for grade 8, and it's actually my advanced class. And so that's what I'm going to title my SLG. And then I'm going to choose a subject area. My subject area is English, but you can see a wide variety of subjects here, and if you don't see your subject area, you can always not click on physical science. You can always click on other is a choice as well down here at the bottom, but I'm going to click on English. And then you probably were given a template or some indication of how to write your student learning goal, and you'll be typing in your student learning goal up here at the top. Then the next thing you're going to be doing is typing in your indicator. Remember that the indicator is how do we know an area of weakness. So our student learning goal in grade 8 is going to be to work on improving punctuation or grammar. And the indicator, the evidence that we're looking for to see if our goal is achieved, is improvement in the area of punctuation. The measure that we're going to be looking at is what assessment is going to gauge that. So we used the Explore test and the NWEA results to kind of decide on that, but we're actually going to use a classroom assessment as our measure. And then your target is going to be what is the success rate. Since I'm teaching the advanced class, my target is going to be that 90% of my students are at a proficiency level, and I'm going to say that proficiency is going to be 80% or higher on my classroom assessment. Then it's going to have a couple drop-down menus. You're going to decide if that's a growth or a standards focus. Because I'm using growth over time, I'm going to select one of those, and then you can also choose if it is a targeted goal or a whole group goal. So you'll decide which of those is going to be, if targeted is for just a specific group of students and whole group is for your entire classes. Since I just have one class, mine's kind of targeted, but it's a whole group goal. And then finally the data point that the goal is based on, and it's based on either a standardized test or an academic standard. So you're going to click on one of those. Down here at the bottom, this SLG scoring, you actually can ignore that. That's going to be for the administrators to fill out. And then the one thing you want to be careful of is when you can save your SLG, but when you set objectives and request approval, then that's going to finalize your goal, and you can't make any changes in it until your administrator opens that back up to approve it. So if you're unsure about whether you're done with your SLG, you can just wait until you meet with your administrator to go over your goals. Hopefully that gives you some ideas about how to fill out your SLG and where it's located in Bloomboard. If you have any additional Bloomboard questions, you can always contact me or any of the TILT members. Good luck, and thanks so much.